Senator Wallen.
Thank you, Speaker. As we heard earlier, this week is National Soil Conservation Week, so I'd like to direct my question to the Chair of the Senate Agriculture and Forestry Committee, who has been a champion for the agricultural community in Canada, and I thank you for that. You have said here in the chamber that the soil health study being undertaken by your committee is long-term and all-encompassing because soil health is, and these are your words, intrinsically connected to the health of Canadians, directly affecting our economy, affecting food security and our climate. As always, the doers, those people who do things, always lead. So can you tell us what the committee is hearing about soil conservation methods already being used by farmers, processors, and producers to support Canada's climate health? And I'll ask my follow-up as well. If you could share just one thing that we all need to know about soil health to highlight Soil Conservation Week for Canadians, many of whom don't follow our committees online, what would that be? Thank you.
Senator Black.
Thank you, honourable colleague, for your question and for your interest in Agriculture and Forestry Committee. And Senator Wallen, thank you for your work in advocating for rural in Saskatchewan and beyond. The Agriculture and Forestry Committee has indeed embarked upon a study on the health of Canada's soils that you noted, acknowledging that next year, the last Senate soil study, a study on soil health entitled Soil at Risk, Canada's Eroding Future, will be 40 years old. Our committee chose to undertake a new study and has had the opportunity to hear from 71 witnesses over 17 meetings since the Chamber approved the order of reference and our committee started last fall. These witnesses have been from across Canada, each in their varying fields of agriculture, and have contributed integral information that will help to complete our report. We've heard excellent testimony from farmers who engage in no-till practices, from Indigenous agriculture leaders working hard to share data compilation and expand soil health operations across the country, and from many other experts developing beneficial techniques and innovations aimed at preserving the health of Canada's soils. In our time conducting research, one thing has become very clear. Improving soil health is not a one-size-fits-all endeavor across the country. I hope this study will assist also with food insecurity and help support our agricultural industry, along with other industries that rely on soil health. That's why it's important that the committee continue its work and to engage in the soil health study. I want to thank our witnesses to date for their testimony, and the work couldn't be successful without them. One thing, and that's your second question, one thing that I think is important for Canadians to hear is that soil is a finite resource. As noted by the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, UNFAO, the world's topsoil could be gone within 50 years if the current rate of degradation continues. Further generating 3 centimeters of topsoil takes 1,000 years. So we can't count on that. 50 years is all we've got. That's why soil conservation and preservation is so important, and that's why we need to continue. We all need to be thinking about soil health, and as I mentioned, this is one week that we can do that, and I'd encourage our colleagues and all to learn more about how they can do it. Thanks again for your question.